First of all, thanks very much for checking out this channel. Be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell if you haven't done it already. We really appreciate it. Now I want to talk about Deontay Wilder. He had his interview with Brian Custer on the Last Stand podcast the other day, and one of the multiple things that was talked about in this particular interview was the topic about Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua, as Brian Custer did bring up remarks made by Anthony Joshua recently, but it kind of like stemmed from the comments that Deontay Wilder made back on October 31st on Twitter. Deontay Wilder was still talking about that he gave Tyson Fury an opportunity to, I guess, quote unquote, redeem himself or anything like that. But it showed in his tweet when he says, "When that fight was a draw, I told you that I would give you a rematch. You know, I was offered more money to fight Joshua than I was getting to fight you. Again, being a man of my word, I fought you like I said I would." Now, this brought up a response immediately on that day, October 31st, Saturday, October 31st, from the main promoter of Matchroom Boxing, Mr. Eddie Hearn. And his response was, as you see, "I thought AJ ducked you." And kind of like find it interesting that Deontay Wilder made those comments back then, and here we are over 2 weeks later, and he basically doubled down on what he was saying about Joshua did this and Joshua did that. But then at the same time, here he is saying that, I could have received such and such amount of money to fight Anthony Joshua for, at the time, would have been the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world, but I declined. I didn't do that. I said that I wanted to fight Tyson Fury once again. And remember, after the fight that took place on December 1st, 2018, it resulted in a draw. You did have Anthony Joshua on First Take pretty much 2 weeks later saying that he wanted to have a fight with Deontay Wilder for the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world. That's what he said. Now, given that you had Deontay Wilder with the opportunity or the choice to fight for the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world or go in another direction, and he chose to go to another direction. So with him going another direction, he can't really state that somebody ducked him when it was on him to choose between fighting for the undisputed championship of the world or having a rematch with Tyson Fury. Now, given the financial stipulations that happened in the first fight between Wilder and Fury, where Deontay Wilder had been paid a base purse of $4 million, and compare that to what his offers were to fight Anthony Joshua, then how is it that you're going to say, you know what, I'm going to decline being paid more money to fight Anthony Joshua than having the choice to face Tyson Fury once again at that particular time between December of 2018 through January of 2019. That's what Deontay Wilder basically did. So he can't have it to where he says that he declined to fight Anthony Joshua and then say that Anthony Joshua ducked him at the same time. You can't have that. Can't have it both ways. Either you declined or you actually made an effort to try to make that fight and it didn't materialize. Then you moved on. But you didn't do that. You completely swept them off. You said, "Oh, I'm going to go ahead and freeze Joshua out and do this and do that." And also, when you had the opportunity, another opportunity after you fought and defeated Dominic Brazil, what were your words? Your words were that you were going to face Luis Ortiz and then have a rematch with Tyson Fury. That was stated in May of 2019 before Anthony Joshua faced Andy Ruiz at Madison Square Garden. So there wasn't really any intent for you to really face Anthony Joshua. But yet you're still trying to push the narrative that you wanted that fight with Anthony Joshua. It's either one way or the other way. Can be both, Deontay Wilder. Can be both. But those are the thoughts of what I had to say in reference to that. Excuse me. You can subscribe to this channel. And we do have the podcast that's available on iTunes where you could discuss boxing topics and more. Live 7:30 Sunday on Blog Talk Radio. Like I said, it's on iTunes, Google Podcasts, whatever you use for podcasts. It's on there if you miss it live, right? Catch y'all later. Peace out.